Batting second, first baseman Tyler Baxter. Batting third in center field, Weston Smith. Batting fourth in right field, Aiden Ochiltree. Batting fifth catching, Griffin Dempsey. Batting sixth in left field, Brady Rickney. Batting seventh at third base, Braylon Hutchinson. Batting eighth DH, Judson Witt. And batting ninth at second base, Wesley Sutton. And pitching tonight for the Redskins, Ryan Bowman, and the rest of the Hurricane High School Redskins and the coaching staff. And now for your George Washington Patriots, leading off, shortstop John Falla. Catching and batting second, Corbin Dixon. Batting third, designated hitter Eli Smith. Batting fourth, first baseman Chuck Kelly. In center field, batting fifth, Luke Gordon. Batting sixth at third base, Slade Barton. Playing second and batting seventh, Joel Nelson. Batting eighth, right field, Cole Ellis. And batting ninth, left field, Hunter Stewart. And pitching for the Patriots tonight, Ty Nettles. And the rest of the Patriots and the coaching staff. Now, if everyone could please stand and rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Gotcha. Time to play some ball here at George Washington High School. I'm Michael Sussman as we join you on HDMedia Game Day for the third day in a row. It's the Patriots taking on the Hurricane Redskins. GW in the home cream whites, we'll call them, and Hurricane in the road grays. Quick rundown of last night. The Patriots took it 12-2 over Huntington in a 5-inning game. Luke Gordon got the win on the mound, struck out 10, walked 4. And Hurricane comes off of a 4-3 regional victory over Cabell Midland. As we'll give you the rundown, Patriots 5-4 on the year. Hurricane comes in at 8-2. On the bump, getting loose as we speak, is Southpaw Ty Nettles, who's got a diverse array of pitches and is having a great year. 24 strikeouts, 6 walks, so he's going to be over and around the plate. 4.200 earned run average. Recently, Hunter Stewart has been hot for George Washington. 9 hits in 20 at-bats, batting .450. They sneak him down there in the 9-hole, kind of a second leadoff. A good player, doesn't try to do too much. Love his approach at the plate. Look for him to get on base and help this offense get rolling. For Hurricane, it's going to be Ryan Bowman on the bump today. 8 innings pitched. He comes in with 8 punch-outs and 1 walk. Having a big-time season. Bryson Shirky offensively for the Redskins. 15 hits. Comes in batting .455 with 9 runs batted in. This is a game that could be a preview of a potential state tournament type matchup. These teams met in the title game back in 2022, a game that Hurricane would win at Gomart Park. But two of the class programs in West Virginia, the Redskins led by longtime head coach Brian Sutphin. And for the Patriots, of course, it is Mike Davis as the front step crew over there ready to roll. It's an active night on HDMedia Game Day as Winfield and South Charleston will take place also. The sun is poked out. It's been overcast most of the day, and kind of cold, to be quite honest, but right now very comfortable as Corbin Dixon will chuck it down, and it's time to play some ball. Last night, really a lights-out performance, taking care of business against the Highlanders as GW had double-digit hits. They made plays on the field. But we turned the page. Baseball's an everyday game. You never know what you're going to get. As Bryson Shirky, who we mentioned, will dig in. As Nettles going to find the grip, steps, unloads, fastball, and he'll go up 0-1 as it's fouled backward. Nettles probably the number 2 in the pitching staff at the moment, the 1 or the 2. They've got a couple of ace-type arms with him and Slade Barton. And so step and unload. Shirky takes a strike on the inside corner. Shirky, 1 double, 15 runs scored. As Nettles, quick shake-off, is ready with the 0-2. It's up and away. Look for Nettles to work in a slider, in breaking to the right-hander, and a straight over the top curveball. 1-2 pitch. Sharp ground ball. Chuck Kelly fielded at first base. And the Patriots have one. And to bring up Tyler Baxter. Baxter slashing .333, going to step to the left side. As Nettles will find the grip here, works from the windup. Went to the curveball there, it's a ball. Tie through the other night to finish up a victory earlier in the week. As the 1-0 pitch, he'll reach back and fire at the knees, caught for a strike 1. Just with 1 out left to go, as Barton was in a little bit of a jam. He just threw about 5 or 6 pitches. Since then, should have a full rest. He threw against Scott, as that is taken for a strike 2. Nobody on, 1 down. As Nettles in front of the count. And got him to chase up top. As Nettles, a couple of quick outs. Struck out 6, walked 2 in the loss to the Scott Skyhawks. As Smith, the center fielder, will step to the plate, and it's by him. Weston Smith, .364 on the season. As will hit with Aiden Ochiltree in the on-deck circle. 0-1. Got him to chase. So can go to the full arsenal here. Nothing too good if you're Nettles. As he'll step confidently and fire just over top of the zone. Two down, 1-2 count. Went to the curveball, as the first base blue will say that he did not go. Good showing for Nettles against Hayes in the trip down to Memphis. Struck out 10, walked 1. That's a game that the Patriots were victorious in, as that's a 3rd ball. Smith battling back in the count. Smith 2 doubles, 13 ribbies. Payoff delivery. They'll draw the first walk of the ball game. Nice plate discipline there from Smith. Laid off a couple of high fastballs.
Next up for the Redskins, right fielder Aiden Ochiltree.
So Ochiltree, right fielder, 2 down, 1 up. A 250 hitter will stand in. Quick throw over Nettles, just keeping him honest. Dixon back behind the dish, got a night off last night. He played right field as Ryan Anderson started. And gets him for strike one. And Anderson, big impact, especially offensively, as he hit a two-run shot over the left field fence. Out to really left center was a no-doubter. And got him in a rundown. Chuck Kelly to second base. Fowler has it as he's backtracking. And the Patriots tag him out. The lefty move will fool Weston Smith as we'll step to our first break of the game. No score. We're brought to you by the GW Boosters. Back to it here at George Washington High School. First at bat for the Patriots. It's a packed house here in the pavilion. Hurricane brought a really good fan section, and GW is starting to trickle in. I'd say it's about even when you consider all the fans scattered throughout the ballpark. Got a couple sitting up top on the hill, and even some young fans rolling around, barrel rolling on the grass. That looks like fun. Good day for it as Ryan Bowman will step out there. Bowman looking for his second win of the year as he'll face the top of the GW order with John Fowler. Fowler putting together an all-state type season so far, 15 hits in 32 at-bats. As Bowman will kick and fire. And it's up high. Delivering there to Griffin Dempsey behind the dish. 1-0. And it's high and tight. I'll give you the starters out in the field for Hurricane. Bryson Shirkey at shortstop. Tyler Baxter at first base. Weston Smith in center. Aiden Ochiltree in right. As we mentioned, Dempsey catching as the 2-0 pitch hit over into the bushes. Brady Rigneys in left field. Braylon Hutchinson at third base. And Wesley Sutton at second. Foul up in the count. 2-1. As it's offered. Slashed out of play. Be sure to check out the Charleston Gazette tomorrow. There will be an article. I know that because Rick Elmore is sitting to the left of me. So unless he's just catching a ball game for fun, which I don't think he is, that will be in ink in less than 24 hours. 2-2. Off speed, dribbled off the netting. Foul batting .469. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers. Payoff pitch as this is hit out of play. Yesterday, Fowler hit a triple and then scored on an error, so it was effectively an inside the Parker. As we'll hit here with Corbin Dixon due up next. The 3-2. Hit into play. Shirkey on the big hop, throw across the diamond, and it was dropped on the pick attempt as Fowler legs it out. So Fowler doing his job in the leadoff spot, getting on any way you can. As that'll bring up Corbin Dixon. Dixon 3 for 7 so far in the homestand. As this is our third game here at Floyd Wilcox Field. We had Ripley earlier in the week with Shane Casto's crew, an 8-2 win for the Patriots. Dixon 12 hits, 27 ABs. Nobody out. Fowler leads. Decent-sized one. And the pitch. Fouled backward. Dixon homered in that Ripley game. His second of the year. As Bowman in front of the count. Comes set by the lettering. Fowler takes off. The throw down to second's a good one. Going to be a tight play. And he's safe. John Fowler slid around the tag. The throw beat him. As Dempsey unleashed a seed. Got a clean fastball there. That's exactly what you want from a Hurricane perspective. But Fowler took his slide towards center field. Reached the left hand onto the corner of the base. That's textbook. It scores one now. Mike Davis rolling the dice early. He's an aggressive coach. He'll do that. Flinched at, taken low. Ball and 2 strikes. And set for the 1-2. Curveball dribbled back to Bowman. Fowler's going 3. The base was vacated. So in effect a swinging bunt as the runner moved. Heads up there from Fowler. Another good subtle base running play. Probably would have got there anyway as high as the ball was bouncing, but as soon as you see nobody on third, you take off. DH Eli Smith, first offering over the zone. Smith 2 for 5 with a home run here in the home set. 1-0 pitch, and swung on and missed as Bowman slowed down speeds. Smith, the high point commit, slashing .263. Ball and a strike. And this is hit hard into left. It'll score the first run of the ball game. Eli Smith has been heating up, percolating over the course of this last little stretch. As he's got the RBI, his 5th of the campaign. Inside pitch there, jumped all over it. That'll bring up Chuck Kelly, 1 down, 1 on. As that is hit over towards the apartments. Decent swing, got the barrel to it, just a touch late. As Kelly bats .250, 2 triples on the year. Wind moving the flag in right center just a little bit. 0-1. Is called for a strike. Bowman getting the ball today. Yesterday was Weston Smith in the win over Cabell Midland. He went 6 deep. Gave up just 2 hits, 2 earned. Hurricane always has a deep pitching staff, a really solid fundamental defensive squad, pretty much year in, year out. It's been that way since I played, as Kelly will chase low and down on strikes. Nice movement on the deuce there for Bowman. That'll bring up Gordon, 2 down, and Eli Smith on first. Right-hander will slide, step, and go off the inside of the bat. Jammed him up as it's fouled off. Luke Gordon 3 for 6 in the last 3. A .267 hitter. 0-1. And gets the strike call, just scratched the low outside part of the strike zone. Way up 0-2. As Dempsey set up high here. Just going to pump heat up top. Good discipline there not to chase it. That's one approach. It works more than you think. As that ball's right at the eyeballs. One-two off speed, same spot as the last pitch. They'll ring him up. And that retires the side, but not before Eli Smith drives in the first run of the ball game. 1-0 Patriots. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day. And we're back to it on HD Media Game Day. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters, who do a great job allowing us to bring you the action on your TV sets, computers each night, as Aiden Ochiltree, the right fielder for Hurricane, will swing first pitch. It's slicing over towards the bullpen, actually clanked off the batting cages. A recently insulated batting cages. So middle of the winter, go in there, get you some cuts, no problem. Ochiltree slashing .250. He was up in the last, and then the pickoff of Smith at first took place as that's up. 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far for Nettles. One pitch. Run high and tight. New format this year should be interesting to see how it goes. Hurricane will play new competition. In the past, they had a lot of battles with Ripley as that's blowing in on the turf. Last year, they played Ripley on 3 different occasions in the sectional. Beat them the first time, then lost twice later on. As now we go to the Quad A with the brackets and such, as that is lifted out of play. Nobody on, nobody out. Full count as Nettles find the grip, side of the rubber, heads to the plate, and it's a ball four. Good plate discipline.
Next up, the Redskins catcher, Griffin Dempsey.
As Ochiltree there fouling off a couple, making them work, and then gets on. Catcher number 19, Griffin Dempsey. Nobody out, one on first. Early bunt show, in comes Slade Barton. Creeping at third, and fouled backward. Joel Nelson was wheeling over towards first in case he had to cover. Fowler taking second. Really no point in disguising bunt coverages. The pressure is really more so on the Redskins to get it down. Again, the wheel play here could slash it hypothetically, as that is poked foul as it slid to the right. Dempsey 6 hits, 2 RBIs on the season. As now Barton still 2 or 3 steps in front of the bag, just in case. 0-2. He throws over. It was tight. That lefty move is nasty. As he got the 45-degree angle, umpires usually won't call it unless you go all the way to outside of 45 degrees. I'm not a math major. Not sure if that would be 30 or 60. As the hitter there steps out. Be sure to download the free HDMedia Plus app. That's where you can get all of our sports and news content. 0-2's up. Dempsey up, Brady Rigney in the on-deck circle. And picks over again. And as you can see early in the game, Nettles just worked in a couple lazy moves over there, not showing his best. And then the last 3, if not the best, have been awfully close. 1-2 pitch, elevated, count goes even. As a plane will fly overhead. 2-2s to the dish. Curveball taken. As the Hurricane faithful loving it, got the whole front row filled up with a smattering of different fans. G-Dub, the state runners-up last year and in 2022. Hurricane took that game 11-0. And Nettles again to first. Coach Davis last year talked about how, that first time there was a sense of being happy to be there. And then last season, you're right on the cusp now. It's championship or bust. Runner takes off. Throw down to second base. There's a strike 3. Strike him out, throw him out. As Corbin Dixon gunned him down at second.
Corbin.
First Nettles punch out. It was a tight play down there. As Fowler with the swipe tag, got it down.
Next up for the Redskins, left fielder Brady Rigney.
Second out on the bases, stolen by the Patriots as Brady Rigney up with 2. And Nettles up 0-1. Rigney having a solid year, .318 with 8 RBIs. 0-1 pitch. Great pop time there from Dixon. It helps when you got an arm as strong as his. Both he and Ryan Anderson, who we saw last night, have an absolute hose, as they say. 1-1. Two-one delivery. It's just outside. As you can see, some of the coaches over there for G-Dub asking, was it out? Three-one. Chopped ground ball left to the Chuck. Top of the second here, Hurricane still looking for its first hit. It walked twice. As Braylon Hutchinson, third baseman, hopes for a shot here. Payoff pitch. There's down low.
Hitting for Hurricane, third baseman Braylon Hutchinson.
Coach Mike Armstrong will trot out and have a quick word as Hutchinson will dig in, slashing .412 with a couple of ribbies. Hutchinson had a good night last night, went 2 for 3. In a big regional game, Cabell Midland, of course, the defending AAA champs. One of the teams that will move up sort of under the new definition. Every single team that won will play in a class higher than they did last year. Of course, there was not a Quad A, so it kind of depends on how you look at it. And the ball one. Two down, short lead. Hurricane being cautious. Chopped ground ball towards the bag. Falla will just flip it over to first. Sides retired. 1-0 GW. We're back in the bottom half of the second. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters. One nothing GW, bottom of the second. 6, 7, 8 in the order. Third baseman Slade Barton will come to the plate. The future Mountaineer hit the 28 strikeout mark pretty early on in the season.
Leading off the bottom half inning for the
This
Patriots,
week.
third baseman Slade Barton.
As he got the ball against the Ripley Vikings. Day off yesterday, back into the lineup card as Barton will take a first pitch strike. Bowman struck out 2, gave up 1 hit, and rolled a couple of ground balls in the first. And Ryan Bowman will unload 0-1, hit into the bushes. Barton 6 hits and 26 ABs, batting .230. And the 0-2 curveball was a good one. As Barton down on strikes. Ryan Bowman getting into a groove, third straight K. As that takes the season total to 11.
Baseman, Joel Nelson.
Second baseman here, Joel Nelson. First delivery, down and out. Nelson, similar to Hunter Stewart, who we talked about in the open, just has a really good approach, doesn't try to do too much. He's 4 for 6 so far in the homestand. Ground ball, Shirky, shortstop, slings it across the diamond. And a nice stretch at first by Baxter, as Hurricanes got 2. Right fielder Cole
Next up,
Ellis.
Patriots right fielder Cole Ellis.
Ellis, 8-hole hitter right field. As will dribble it off of his foot, foul ball. As will grimace that one out.
Go, Bones.
Ellis hitting 188. No balls, a strike, and that's a ball. As the Wendell goes still here, 1-1 pitch. And this is lifted to straightaway right field. Sliding in, making a beautiful catch is Aiden Ochiltree. 1-2-3 inning, got a good one early. 1-0 GW. It's brought to you by the George Washington Boosters. It's over the Hurricane Redskins as Judson Witt will lead off in the 8-hole for Hurricane. As that's outside. The Redskins have drawn 3 walks but got out on the base paths twice. Once picked off, the other time caught stealing. So that's kind of been the tell of the tale. Nettles able to get out of some innings maybe without his best stuff to his standards. As Witt 2 hits on the year, slashing 125. 2-0 count. Same spot. Goes Judson Witt, Wesley Sutton, Bryson Shirky here in the order. The pitch. And that's 4 in a row as Witt walked to first base. A lot with the fastball there. Let's see if maybe he can kind of dial it in with the off speed. He's definitely comfortable throwing multiple pitches. Got a pinch run in the designated hitter
second
spot.
baseman Wesley Sutton.
Trey Cox, number 7, on top of first. Wesley Sutton, nobody out, 1 on. early bunt show as that's hit foul. So Hurricane doing what it can to go to the small ball. Weston Smith, one of the best pitchers at Hurricane. He's 4-0 and has struck out 35 hitters. It's Weston Smith we're talking about, E-Broadcaster. And Nettles will step up. One on, nobody out. As Nettles gets the sign from Dixon. Bunt show. This count goes even. Again, Slade Barton on the edge of the infield turf. Gotta say, Hurricane had the turf long before anybody else did. As that is popped up, Dixon will take charge initially, and then Barton comes forward, makes the play. And they pop him up back to the top of the order with Bryson Shirky.
Next up, shortstop, Bryson Shirky.
Shirky out on the ground, first time through. As the .455 hitter digs in. Some high school scores from the week. South Charleston, a 1-0 loss yesterday to Riverside. And Winfield, who takes on South Charleston on HDMedia Game Day today, beat Wayne 4-2. Called for a strike. And the 0-1. Nettles way in front, 0-2, as Tyler Baxter stands on deck. Shirky, 15 hits, 9 runs batted in, and runs extremely well. He scored 15 times. From the stretch, did he get him again? He did with the pickoff move. Ty Nettles stressing out this Hurricane lineup. And in fairness, it is hard to tell when he's going to go. You think you make sure. And then Nettles, who you can tell has put a lot of work into that, picks off his second base runner of the game. So 2 down now, as 3 base runners have gotten out on the base path. And he hangs alive. Also got Herbert Hoover winning 5-4 at Charleston Catholic on Tuesday. Those are your local scores. 0-2 pitch. Hard check swing. Looked like a changeup. Held back. Got a little cloud cover out to the right corner. Other than that, clear blue skies here on the hill. Floyd Wilcox Field. Just off the inside corner. All the Patriot faithful shocked by that one. Deuces everywhere. Nettles curveball, and this time he's low. Got a wry smile on the face. And I think he did have a case on the last two. Those were awfully close. 2 down, full count. And got him swinging. Ty Nettles strikes out Shirky. 1-0 GW. We're back in the bottom of the third after this. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters. Back to it on HDMedia Game Day. Saw Brian Sutphin there, head coach of Hurricane, lobbying with the umpires in between innings saying, you guys missed the balk. Not sure if it was on the pickoff or on one of the other sequences. As Hunter Stewart up to bat here to start off the third. Fastball high and tight. Stewart 2 for 3 so far with a couple of walks in the homestand. 9 hits and 20 ABs on the year. 1-0 taken for a strike. Stewart gets a ton of singles directly up the middle. 1-1 pitch. Is hit out of play. He's got the average at 450. As it's 9-1-2, Hunter Stewart, John Falla, Corbin Dixon. Off speed, got him swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Ryan Bowman. Spotted up perfectly there. A couple of fastballs over the plate.
Next up, GW shortstop John Falla.
And dropped the curveball right around the hip area. John Falla, second time through, reached on an error back in the first. As it's over the letters, ball 1. Falla 4 for 8 in the last 3. A 469 hitter, 13 RBIs. As this is hit out of play, just missed it. Nobody on, 1 away. A ball and a strike. As Bowman unloads. And doesn't get the call, 2-1. Falla, good pop for a leadoff. 2 home runs on the campaign. It's a 2-1 pitch dribbled over towards the dugout. Roll through the major league scores for the first time. The Blue Jays up 2-1 on the Red Sox in the top of the 8th. As the 2-2 pitch, they'll stay alive. Good fight there from Falla, just shorten it up. Earlier today, the Rockies beat the Brewers 7-2. And the Royals 3-2 over the Minnesota Twins. Even 2-2 delivery. And another foul ball, third straight.
Good pitch, Ryan. Good boy. You're right here, both.
Up next, the Patriots are set to take on Wheeling Park, 3 o'clock on the 11th. That'll be tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, lunged at. Fowler going to have a chance getting down the line, and it hit the base, so it's a fair ball. And that is as odd of a single as you'll see. As Braylon Hutchinson decided to try to let it die. And I think that was the best bet if your Hurricane. Fowler was way down the line, really would not have had a play, so just kind of left it up to the spin gods at that point. And fortuitous for George Washington. Here's Corbin Dixon, first pitch swing, shoots a single up the middle. Back-to-back hits to lead off the third. Rather, one down, I should say. Back-to-back hits.
Up for GW, DH Eli Smith.
As Eli Smith up, designated hitter. Smith singled to left, drove in a run in the bottom of the first. As Bowman, slide step goes just under the knee. Smith slashing .263, 5 RBIs, 1 homer. His home run was just a line drive shot out to left center field. Teleported out of here. It's here with Chuck Kelly due up next. Sam Nelson on to courtesy run. He leads off first. One 0 pitch is hit hard. Smith just early as that hooks onto the stands. That was a home run type of swing. JW with 3 hits, Hurricane yet to notch one. 1-1. Curveball over top of the concession stand as Bowman goes in front. A reminder, got Winfield South Charleston taking place tonight on HDMedia Game Day. CJ Krasick on the call. CJ did a good job filling in here a couple times last year. Good guy, Yankees fan, unfortunately. Long pause, a look back foul. Speaking of, Yankees 4-3 win over the Tigers yesterday. Aaron Judge 2 for 4, 2 RBIs with a torpedo-less bat. 1-2 offering. Sharp ground ball, third base, bobbled, foot race to third. Fowler got there first. And the bases are loaded. As Hutchinson tried to get the lead runner. And that's kind of what I was worried about on the slide. Fowler hit it with the middle of his foot and then kind of rolled up on his ankle. More and more you're seeing the tearaway bases that just come out of the ground in that situation. And I think GW has them, but that one just stayed firm. And Smith will reach, hit that one sharply. He's seeing the ball well. Bases loaded with 1 out. Up now is Chuck Kelly. Kelly went down swinging back in the first. And
For
Hurricanes
GW first
infield
baseman Chuck Kelly.
going to come in at the corners, and he'll stay back up the middle, hoping for a double play ball. First pitch delivery, fouled backward. These are the winning situations. If you're going to beat a power like Hurricane, you got to take advantage with runners in scoring position. As Kelly will hit here with one down. Luke Gordon, the lefty, due up next. A 1 pitch. Fastball is a ball just down and out. Biggest crowd we've had at one of these by far. Even with the 5:30 start time. In some ways, I think the 5:30s are better, kind of gives you a better chance to have dinner, get into your evening after. As that's swung out and missed. And Bowman towards the out. That'll bring up Luke Gordon.
Got this, Chuck. Let's go, bud.
Strikeout number 5. So jumped the gun there. I was confused myself. He walked over like it was strike 3. It was just strike 2. 1-2 pitch. Now he gets it.
Next up, center fielder Luke Gordon.
There's Luke Gordon. Went down watching in the first. As Bowman will unload first offering. Sharp ground ball towards the second baseman, Smith. A race back to first, just barely got there in time. And the side is retired. Ryan Bowman wiggles his way out of the jam. 1-0 Patriots. It stays. We're back in the fourth on HDMedia Game Day. It's brought to you by the GW Booster. And we're back on HDMedia Game Day, bringing you George Washington baseball. Deadlocked in a battle right now. GW with the slight advantage, up 1-0. An RBI single from Eli Smith back in the first, the difference. As Tyler Baxter will lead off, healthy hack. It's by him for strike 1. Three strikeouts, 4 walks so far for Nettles. But of those walks, 3 of them have gotten out on the base paths. 0-1 pitch down low. That'll go Tyler Baxter, Weston Smith, Aiden Ochiltree. From the windup, 1-1. Off speed, got him for a second strike. Extra slash and 333. 6 hits, 5 RBIs. 1-2. Leaving up the count. This is a lefty-friendly ballpark right down the line. Probably only about 255, 260. And opens up to a deep 275. 2-2. High hopping ground ball. Fowler gets it on the big hop. Throw on the run in time. John Fowler, so good at that.
Next up for Redskins, center fielder
Just has a knack for
Smith.
moving out there at shortstop. Learned from a really good one in Bryson Hoff. As Weston Smith, center fielder, up to bat. It's high. Hoff was a tremendous pitcher. As far as high school goes, was probably just as good defensively. As Smith walked back in the first. As that's fouled into the net. Smith hitting 364, 2 doubles, 13 RBIs. And from the wind-up, a ball and a strike. Change up is hit over towards the batting cage. The Hurricane softball team beat Spring Valley 11-3 yesterday. And solid win for George Washington, also knocking off Oak Hill 18-2. As that's evened up 2-2. Nobody on, 1 away. As Nettles here works towards Corbin Dixon, and that runs in. Nettles came in a 4-1 strikeout to walk ratio, 24-6. That's close to as good as it gets. And freezes him for strike 3. Slowed it down with the change. And the Patriots with 2.
Next up, number 31, Aiden Ochiltree.
That'll bring up Aiden Ochiltree, who walked, was thrown out in the second. And the lefty strides and goes. Gets the strike 1 call. Ochiltree hitting 250. As Nettles, dare I say, with a no-hitter going deep into the 4th. That's late enough to start paying attention. There's a bunt. Nettles, tight play at first. And I jinxed it. Bunt for a hit. Aiden Ochiltree. Got a perfect one down the third base line. Nettles did well to cover it. That's just a tough turn for a lefty, a long throw. Sometimes when you're struggling to get the bats going, that's what you got to do. There's Griffin Dempsey up here hoping to mount the 2-out rally. This time not fooled by the move. Dempsey hitting 231. Inside corner gets the call. A good bit of media coverage here. A bunch of photographers. Rick Elmore, like we mentioned. We'll probably see a TV crew at some point. I know there were 2 of them here yesterday. A 1 pitch. Chopping ground ball. John Fowler times it up, throws to first, and that'll do it. In the top of the 4th, 1-0 GW. They cling to the lead. We're back in the bottom half. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters. we are back at George Washington High School, 1-0. The Patriots lead as Eli Smith drove in a run back in the first. Since then, it's been a pitcher's duel between two of the studs in Class Quad A. They do it in different ways, but Bowman and Nettles both having a day. Slade Barton will dribble back the first one foul. Barton 1 for 5 so far in the homestand with the run batted in. Kind of feels like a major league series just against different teams going back to back to back. Don't have that a whole lot in high schools. That's wave that for a second strike. 6, 7, 8 in the order here with Barton, Joel Nelson, and Cole Ellis. Nobody on, nobody out. Way up here, 0-2 Bowman, and he's got strike 3. Retires Barton on strikes for the second time. That'll bring up Joel Nelson.
Next up for the Patriots, second baseman Joel Nelson.
Nelson 4 for 7 over the last 3. 12 hits in 26 at-bats coming in. As that's down low. Nelson hitting .462. Had 4 RBIs yesterday. As that is a second ball. Two and nothing offering over top of the strike zone. Wyatt Gautier up, tossing in the Hurricane bullpen. So we'll see how deep they go with Bowman. As that's called for a strike. All about managing arms, especially with the rainouts. You're going to be playing every single day. As that is strike 2. GW, their bullpen is hidden, so it's very mysterious until it happens. Line drive shot, one hop, Shirky, deep throw across the diamond. What a play. Bryson Shirky. That is a college-type shortstop play, backed up onto the infield grass, threw it on the hop.
Next up, right fielder,
perfect hop. There's Cole Ellis, hit it hard last time, had a hit taken away on a beautiful play out in the right field by Ochiltree. 1-0 off speed, gets the strike call. And 1-1 by him. Six strikeouts, searching for 7. Bowman. And good plate discipline, lets it die. Ellis due for 1-0 for his last 5.
Come on, Ryan, you got this. Let's go.
And the pitch. He's down and away. Looking to set the table for Hunter Stewart. As a young fan will zip across in a scooter. That looks like fun. Ball 4 taken. Great at bat there from Cole Ellis. That'll bring up Hunter Stewart. Stewart went down swinging last time up, bottom 3. And the delivery. Well hit up the middle. Hunter Stewart, signature base hit. As Cole Ellis going to check up at second. Stewart remains hot. Third hit in the homestand, first of the game. Patriots looking to mount a 2-out rally as Brian Sutphin will call time and heads out. And it looks like Hurricane might be making its first pitching change of the game. Excellent from Bowman, gets a firm handshake there and a bunch of high fives. As we will be back on HDMedia Game Day shortly with the second arm for the Redskins. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters.
Up for GW shortstop, John Fowler.
And we're back on HDMedia Game Day. Wyatt Gautier in the pitch here for the Hurricane Redskins after a sharp outing from Ryan Bowman. He'll face the leadoff man, John Fowler. Fowler's 1 for 2. He's reached on an error and a single. Called for a strike, back pick to first. It was tight. Now Stewart going to dive back safely.
0-1.
Gautier, 8 innings pitched and has struck out 9, only walked 2. Ahead in the count, back to the fastball, hit well. This is towards the right center grab. It'll be extra bases. In comes Cole Ellis. Coach Davis sending Stewart. They went to the cutoff man. A 2 RBI double from John Fowler. And the Patriots go up 3-0. Second time he's gone there this week. Just a beautiful swing.
Corbin Dixon.
Timed it up perfectly. Flat bat all the way through the strike zone. As that'll bring up Corbin Dixon. For young hitters, if you keep that bat flat, even if you don't make perfect contact on the sweet spot every time, you're going to stay through it. You're going to hit some shots. And Fowler can really go to all fields. That just makes you such a dangerous hitter, especially in that leadoff spot. As Dixon will lift it skyward towards center field, towards Smith. Catch made, side retired. GW tacks on 2 more. 3-zip Patriots. We're brought to you by the GW Boosters. This is Michael Sussman back with you on HD Media Game Day. 3-0.
Left fielder Brady
GW
Rigney.
leads it. Timely hit so far from Eli Smith and John Fowler. First pitch swing there, threw it for Brady Rigney, who walked back in the second. Rigney over 300, 318 on the campaign. 0-1 offering. And got him again, 0-2. As he can go to the full arsenal here. Looks like Coach Armstrong lets Corbin Dixon call him, at least from what I can tell. And then went to the fastball. And as it goes, Brady Rigney, Braylon Hutchinson, and Ryan Bowman up here in the order. 1-2 count. Change up. And does not get the call. Right around the zone. Update on the Major League scoreboard. It's tied up now, 2-2. Blue Jays and Red Sox top 9. So that one could be moving extras. Day off for the Cincinnati Redlegs, who blew it late yesterday against the Giants, lost 8-6 on a walk-off. And strike 3. Ty Nettles in a groove. 5 strikeouts.
Next up for Redskins, third baseman Braylon Hutchinson.
That'll bring up Braylon Hutchinson. Goes by Hutch. 0-for-1 with a ground out. As the lefty wheel it and deal it. First pitch fastball over the heart of the plate. Hutchinson batting .412. Trying to keep it rolling after last night's multi-hit performance. G-Dub back to the all-whites. They had the pinstripes in effect yesterday as the 1-1 is a curveball taken for a second strike. I think this is one of the most dripped out teams in West Virginia, especially the coaching staff. Coach Davis with a nice, sleek Jordan pullover. As that's found backward. Hutchinson there wanted time. The blue would not give it. You see that more and more. And it's just at the umpire's discretion. They don't have to. Guess that's a way of just speeding up pace of play. Off speed, chopper off the mound. Nettles steps and throws to first. Took Kelly down the line. Good hands there from the first baseman. Corbin Dixon gonna adjust some equipment here. As Judson Witt, the designated hitter, gets ready at the plate.
Next up, Perkin, DH Judson Witt.
Johnson Witt walked back in the third. Nettles locked in. As we mentioned, some of those walks earlier pretty uncharacteristic. Has had one walk in that start against Hayes, a team out of Ohio. Had none against Point Pleasant. In the opening victory, 6 strikeouts, no free passes. As that's up and away. And you like starters like that, kind of make you think of a Justin Verlander type guy that get better as the game goes. 1-1 pitch. Gets the call, goes ahead. 2 away, nobody on. 1-2 count to Judson Witt. And this time doesn't get it. Leslie Sutton due up next as the pitch fouled hard off the net, right in front of cameraman Steve-O.
I appreciate that.
Approaching the 7 o'clock hour here on the hill. 2-2 offering. And got him swinging. Ty Nettles, 1-2-3 inning. We're back in the bottom of the 5th, 3-0 GW. We're brought to you by the George Washington booth. And we are back in the bottom of the 5th GW with 4 hits so far to Hurricanes 1. As Wyatt Gaudier is onto the bump here for the Hurricane Redskins. Came in the last.
The inning, DH Eli Smith.
John Fowler able to knock a double into the gap, drove in 2 runs. First pitch, swing and a miss to Eli Smith. Smith reached on an error and drove in an RBI single back in the 1st. As that's past the catcher. Smith 3 for 7 in the last 3 games. Comes in with 6 hits. And so wave at that one. Count goes 1-2. 3-4-5 meat of the order here as Smith will hang alive. We'll go Chuck Kelly next, then Luke Gordon. The battles between Hurricane and G-Dub have always been great. I remember one year we played them during the in-school game. I'm not sure if they still do that. Where you get out of class, you get to go. It's a doubleheader in one day. You play different opponents. 1-2 hard check swing, and it came around. As Gaudier gets the strikeout. I remember there was one in particular, a heartbreaker, where the pitcher stayed in 1 inning too long and came unraveled. Don't really ever remember beating Hurricane myself. Really Little League all the way through high schools. Chuck Kelly stand in. First pitch swing goes the other way and gets the base knock. Nice approach there, short to the ball. Hit it where it was pitched. And he got some decent wheels out there on the base paths.
Next up, center fielder Luke Gordon.
Kelly just a strong all-around athlete. Solid basketball player. As Gordon will step into the left side. Immediately heard on the bag there. Didn't even want Kelly to think about it. It's easy to forget that you got a really short fence. Gordon went down watching in the 1st and got out on the ground in the 3rd. Three for 8 in the last 3 games. A .267 hitter on the year. That crosses out the chest, gets the strike call. Reminder, check out Winfield, South Charleston over in Putnam County. That's on HDMedia Game Day as well. 0-1. Just off the outer black. As we mentioned, Hurricane will have a different postseason situation. GW's doesn't change too much, maybe a little bit after being in there with the likes of Ripley in the past. And of course, the vote from the Board of Control, kind of the big news across West Virginia. As you go to straight up enrollment, I talked to a couple athletic directors today, one of them over at Charleston Catholic, and they're going to try to stay in AA. Said that even kids in the hallways are saying they want to compete, they want to play the best competition. As the private schools could be a loophole, but he told me that actually helped move the process along, and expect Wheeling Central to follow suit as Kelly will take his lead here. Gordon up 2-1. Runner takes off. Throw down to second. And it's past the glove of the shortstop. Swiped bag for Kelly.
Hey, doing a job, Sticks, doing a job.
Had one AD, Tim George, said that they may have to blow smoke from the Vatican to announce that the Catholic schools are indeed going to stay in Class AA. I thought that was pretty good. And Spring Valley, another one affected. They're going down to triple. So changes every 6 seconds, but it's nice to see the administration's coming together for once. As that is by the catcher. Kelly going to stay put. Looks like maybe Coach Davis wanted him to move. So ball 4 there, Gordon on. Hurricane coming in ranked number 2 in the most recent Metro News poll. Dropped a game to Huntington, who we saw last night, and then bounced back over the Knights yesterday.
Hitting for GW, number 13, Slade Barton.
So opportunity for another productive inning here for the Patriots as Slade Barton will stand in third AB. Went down swinging twice. And the pitch from the stretch, curveball is low. And back to work, he unloads. Barton foul it back. Some more air travel over top of us. As Gautier glance at the base and goes. It's low and in. Perfect night to come on out to the ballpark. Active concession stand. Loaded hot dogs, the whole 9 yards. 2-1 pitch. Right down Broadway, called for strike 2.
Now let's go, be something too. Now let's go.
First and second, one away. Gautier from the stretch delivers. And it's time for strike 3. Perfectly located, downward breaking ball. When you start it low, the risk of hanging it is not as significant. And in that case, you got the break he wanted and fools the hitter. That'll bring up Joan Nelson. 2 on, 2 down. Nelson's grounded out twice. And the pitch hit well right field, hangs in the air, and the catch made by Aquatree. As we'll head to the 6th inning, 3-0 Patriots. Today's game brought to you by the GW Boosters. And we're back on HD Media Game Day. Michael Sussman here with you. Hurricane looking for its big inning. Only one hit so far. It was a bunt for a hit back in the 4th from Aiden Ochiltree. As Wesley Sutton going to lead things off. First pitch, ball 1. Sutton batting .161, 5 hits on the season. As Hurricane on its 11th game this evening. Fouled backwards. As Bryson Shirky's on deck, Tyler Baxter in the hole. Ty Nettles has struck out 6. Very stoic presence throughout. 1-1 as it's down and in. GW is built the way that you'd want to be as far as the postseason goes, as he could go either way for the opener with Barton or Nettles. And then Fowler, Luke Gordon you can bring on in relief as that's fouled out of play. Always interested to see how coaches manage those situations. In my opinion, this is just one broadcaster. I think there should be a lower pitch count as far as how many you're allowed to throw in the regular season. None in the playoffs. That'll never get adopted. 2-2. There's a sharp ground ball up the middle. Fowler dives. It's into center. And Sutton gets the inning rolling with a single. So that's what you need if you're Hurricane. You can't get them back all at once, or at least not without a 3-run shot.
Shortstop, Bryson Shirky.
You just need hits, need base runners. And they're back to the top with Shirky. Shirky 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck it. Second hit allowed there by Nettles. Lifts the leg, heads to the dish. And it's down and out. With no pitch count, you would just have less games decided by who's available. Whether you strategize throwing your second baseman on Tuesday instead of Monday. Just looking at it from an entertainment value standpoint as the 1-0's down low. Shirky hitting .455. 15 hits. He's driven in 9. 2-0 hitters count. The offering's well high. From the stretch, Nettles goes to the move, and he picked off another one. How about Ty Nettles today? Pickoff move, performance of the century. He's got 6 strikeouts, but really 9 effectively, as that's the 3rd one he's had. And then you factor in the Corbin Dixon throw out to second base. 4 outs on the base paths. Sherky going to take ball 4. Normally the rule is wait till he goes to the plate. I think with Nettles, you just have to wait until the ball's out of his hand entirely. And just shut down the run game. Getting a jump's important, but being safe really much more crucial. No protest from Hurricane saying that it's a balk. The move's been consistent, remaining on plane. So here's Baxter, 1 on, 1 down. And he's offering. Sharp ground ball towards the middle. Joel Nelson flips to Fowler. Fowler to first base. And GW turns 2. Great defensive play. The flip, the throw, the stretch. And the Patriots will take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 6th. Today's game brought to you by the GW Booster. We're back to it on HD Media Game Day. A reminder to check out the Charleston Gazette tomorrow for an article wrapping up the action, as it'll be fresh off the presses in the morning. Coach Mike Davis jogging out there.
Right fielder Cole Ellis.
Had to love that defensive play there to close it out in the top half. As Cole Ellis going to lead off the frame, 0 for 1. Hit a ball hard to right field that was caught and walked, as it'll go back to right field in the air. Ochiltree curls underneath it and makes the play. Having a really good defensive game out there, as that'll bring up Hunter Stewart. Then clean throughout, just the 1 error. Charged against Hurricane, and that was on the very first at-bat of the contest. Stewart, Stewie as they call him, and take down low.
Hitting for GW, Hunter Stewart.
Hunter Stewart with his signature hit. The ground ball up the middle back in the 4th, as that'll run upstairs. That was hit number 10 of the year, came in batting .450. 2-0 pitch, Gautier. Look what I found, ground ball, easy throw to first. Still got to field your position, did what he had to do. As we're back to the top with John Fowler. It'll be 3-4-5 for Hurricane in the next. Weston Smith, Aiden Ochiltree, Griffin Dempsey, as they'll try to mount a rally. GW hoping for some more insurance. And John Fowler having a day has reached all 3 times as Gaudier goes up 0-1. 2 RBI double to the right center field gap last time. As Wyatt, a rock and fire 0-1 pitch. And this is hit skyward over towards the fence in the corner. Disappeared for a second and out of play. John Falla with 6 hits just in the last 3 games. 6 for 10. And with 17 knocks on the years, that's up by the helmet. Two down, nobody aboard. Wyatt Gaudier up a ball and 2 strikes. As that's downstairs. I've always had a lot of respect for Hurricane. They've got a great Little League program. I called that this year. I think it was their 11-12 All-Stars. Won a bunch of games as Falla will rip it foul over towards the bullpen. It's just a lot of good training facilities out there. Good travel teams based out of the area. Measuring stick game tonight on the hill so far. GW has answered, as has Hurricane, really, for both sides as they're playing the state runners-up. And the pitch lifted towards the cages as that bounces out of play.
What?
Deuces on the scoreboard, empty base paths. Gaudier goes. 3rd ball. Got high school baseball all across the state this weekend. I know over in Mason, where I will be, the Wahama White Falcons will host Greater Beckley Christian Academy and Madonna. As this is a sharp ground ball up the middle. John Falla. Have a day, sir. 3rd hit. 8 is Wheaties this morning. In the leadoff spot, you got average slugging percentage. On the 2-hole here, Corbin Dixon, 1 for 3, flew out to center field last time. Got some SEC college baseball going on tonight. Missouri and Florida just got underway. As that is down. Good job bouncing back there from Griffin Dempsey. And the Sox and Jays did go to extras. They're in the bottom of the 10th, tied up at 3. Earlier today, Steve-O's Guardians 6-1 over the Chicago White Sox. Tight play, almost picked him off at first. Fans with some disagreement. It was bang bang. It's turf out there. Still managed to get the jersey dirty today. John Falla, not sure how that happens. Maybe backpedaling into the outfield. Or maybe just the pellets, I don't know. Goes up 2-0. Dixon, a .444 hitter, has left the yard twice. Just a smooth excuse me homer earlier this week against Ripley. Everything's starting to come into bloom around springtime. Makes the backdrop here at Floyd Wilcox absolutely gorgeous.
Let's go, Corb. Hey, pick us up here, love. Go on. What now, Corb?
2-0 hitters count here. Dixon hacked at it. Got one he could extend the arms on, just missed it. As he'll hit for the fourth time, Eli Smith due up next. Quick toss over again. Six hits on the day for the Patriots as the temperature drops a couple degrees. Here's the 2-1 pitch into the netting. The sun's still hanging up there, but starting to drop a little bit. Foul on first, couple of outs. 2-2 pitch is lifted high and deep center field. Camped underneath it, and the catch made by Weston Smith. We'll head to the seventh. 3 more outs required. GW up 3-zip. Today's game brought to you by the George Washington Boosters. And we're back to it on HD Media Game Day. GW 5-4 on the year, trying to pick up a 6th victory over the #2 team in West Virginia. That's according to West Virginia Metro News. Hurricane looking to mount a late rally as Weston Smith will lead things off. Ty Nettles with 6 strikeouts to this point. A ball 1 low. Smith walked in the first, went down looking in the fourth. As Nettles will stride and go, and gets the strike 1 call. Nobody on, nobody out. Nettles unloads, goes to the changeup, and is up 1-2. Smith a 364 batter. As Nettles shook off a couple of them on the same page. Heads to the dish and throws him. Fastball, changeup, back to the heater.
Next up, number 31, Aiden Ochiltree.
Keeping it simple with the pitch sequence, but the hitter remains off balance as Aiden Ochiltree will stand in. He's got 1 of 2 Hurricane hits tonight. Nettles down the middle, coming right at him. Ochiltree bunted for a hit, laid a perfect one down the third base side. 0-1. And again, the changeup. So last time it was fastball, changeup, fastball. Let's see what Mike Armstrong, Corbin Dixon decides here. And outside fastball, ball one. Hurricane will head to University on Friday for a 5:30 ball game. And Nettles up in the count, just misses. Ochiltree up, Griffin Dempsey in the on-deck circle. 2-2. And rings him up on the low inside corner. Scratching the edge of the strike zone. And Hurricane down to its last out. It's Griffin Dempsey. 0 for 2 today. Batting .231. And Nettles rocks and goes. Nettles looking to pick up his second victory of the year. And this one would be a big number 2, a complete game shutout. 1-0. And gets the strike. One. And now down to the last strike, as Dixon will get him a fresh pearl. 8 strikeouts for the southpaw. Has battled all day. Has had probably the best pickoff move performance I've ever seen. And trying to finish up his work by striking out the side. Good hold on the curveball. It hit the front of the plate. Brady Rigney hoping to have more to say about this one on deck. As the bench looks on. They've been loud all game. Here's the offering. And it's a ball 4. As Dempsey will win that battle. And a courtesy runner for the catcher out there. Number 8, Colton McCann. Rigney 0 for 1, walked in the second, went down swinging in the 5th. Of course, got to be aware of what's going on at first base as Nettles hit the front of the ankle there. And will allow the free pass. Coach Armstrong stretching, thinking about going out there. And he will. Free pass there, number 6, 5 walks. And that the lone HBP. Couple of words of wisdom there, just reminding him to go through his normal mechanics, whatever his process might be. As Corbin Dixon will head back to the plate.
Up for the Redskins, number 20, Braylon Hutchinson.
And Braylon Hutchinson made solid contact twice, pair of groundouts. Dig in a .412 hitter. Coach Sutphin distributing the production throughout the lineup. And the offering. Line drive shot is just a foot right of the foul line. And that probably, it definitely would have been 1, maybe 2. Right approach there against the lefty. Loud strike. As Nettles will ask Dixon to go back through the sequence. It's just been a great night in high school baseball. They got to shore up the communication. Just talk to him there. And another mound visit. Coach can't come out again. The Red Sox have taken a one-run lead on the Blue Jays. They're up 4-3 in the bottom of the 10th. So looking to finish it up there, Boston, just like Ty is here. In front 0-1. Off speed and one pitch away. First and second, 2 down. Ty Nettles. 0-2. And Braylon Hutchinson will live to see another pitch. Hutchinson's 7 hits coming in. 2 of them yesterday against the Knights. The lights flickering on. And the 0-2. Sharp ground ball up the middle. Bounces off the glove of Nelson into center field. Hurricane going to send the runner, no throw. And the Redskins with 2 down on the board. As McCown crossed, RBI single, Braylon Hutchinson. And the tying run standing on first base.
Next up, DH Judson Witt.
Always got to fight no matter what. Down to the last strike of the game, doesn't matter. It was a decent attempt from Nelson. Slid, I think just got him around the wrist area. So disparity here in the pitch count. Hurricane with 111. And Coach Davis had 109, so this could depend. Could be dependent as far as Nettles facing one more guy. If you're under 110, you can finish the next batter. If you're not, you're outside of it. GW would have to go to the bullpen. And they're both just clicking that little thing throughout the game. I guess at one point somebody either clicked twice or didn't click at all. It's pretty easy to do. As Coach Armstrong will walk on out to the bump, and they'll converge around the mound. Better safe than sorry. Don't want a game decided on a technicality. They'll go ahead and pull him out. As Ty Nettles to a standing ovation. 8 strikeouts, gives up 2 hits, and just 1 earned run. Ryan Anderson coming into the game. Do not go anywhere. 3-1 GW, top of the 7th. Ryan Anderson into the game pitching for George Washington. He caught in the game yesterday. Has to record one more out here on in the save situation. Anderson goes fastball slider, even works in a knuckleball occasionally. As he'll face Judson Witt with the tying run standing on first base. Witt walked earlier and struck out. As Anderson a glance at second. And just off the plate. Interesting situation to come in here. We knew that he was probably going to throw in relief, but just one out left against the second-ranked team in the state. As that's at the helmet, count goes 2-0. We'll go Judson Witt. And then Wesley Sutton due up next. As Anderson 2-0 pitch, they get a foul ball. Witt ahead in the count. And Anderson misfires up top. GW playing just a little bit deeper depth in the outfield. A no doubles situation. 3-1. And Hurricane again down to its last strike. This is the third time. Let's see if the Patriots can finish it off. Full count, 2 down. Runners will move. As Anderson, foot on the side of the rubber here, will slow down. And he checks the runner. Just letting the tension build a little bit. Both dugouts engaged. Hurricane hoping to will its team to a late comeback. 2 hits today, the lone run scored on the Braylon Hutchinson RBI. Payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. GW knocks off Hurricane 3-1 and improves to 6-4 as Ryan Anderson comes in and slams the door shut. It was Ty Nettles striking out 8 and going 6 2/3 deep. He'll pick up the victory on the mound. Excellent performance today from Ryan Bowman, who struck out 6 himself, as Hurricane will drop to 8-3 with the loss. Also got a shout out John Falla. He was sensational in the game, had 2 singles and a 2 RBI double. And thank you to Natalie as well as Steve-O for operating the camera, and to Dan Shreve on the production. 3-1 G-Dub. This has been Michael Sussman. Have a wonderful evening.